All right, let's talk about something every single MATLAB user runs into eventually: total data chaos. Today, we're going to dive into a super simple but really powerful tool, MATLAB structs. You'll see how they can take your code from a mess to, well, something that actually makes sense.
So, does this question feel a little personal? I bet it does. You know how it is. You start a project, it's all nice and simple. But then it grows, and it gets more complex. And before you know it, you are just drowning in a sea of variables that you can barely keep track of.
And your screen probably looks something like this, right? A bunch of what we call parallel arrays, or just loose variables all over the place. You've got names and IDs and grades, and you're just supposed to remember that name 1 goes with ID 1 and grade 1. And let me tell you, that gets messy fast.
And that really brings us to the heart of the matter, what I like to call the data chaos problem. It's the simple fact that trying to manage your data with all these separate, unconnected variables, it just falls apart as soon as your projects get even a little bit bigger.
I mean, just think about it for a second. What happens when you need to sort all the students by their grade? Or maybe just delete the second student from your list? You suddenly have to go and manually change 3 different variables. And if you make just one tiny little mistake, your whole dataset is corrupt. It's a recipe for bugs and a massive headache to maintain.
So, how do we get out of this mess? Well, let's step away from the code for a moment and use a really simple, real-world analogy. Let's think about a digital filing cabinet. It's a great way to build some intuition for a much, much better way of doing things.
Okay, so on one side, you have that messy pile of papers on your desk. That's our loose variables. Info is just scattered everywhere, you can never find what you need, and it's so easy to lose that one crucial piece of paper. But on the other side, you've got an organized file folder. Everything related is grouped under one single name. It's safe, it's secure, and it's super easy to find exactly what you're looking for.
And that leads us to the big question. What if we could take that same clear, logical idea of a file folder and just build it right into our code?
Well, it turns out you can. The tool that lets us do this in MATLAB is the structure, or as most people call it, a struct. This is basically our digital filing cabinet, and it's about to bring some serious order to all that chaos.
So what is a structure really? It's a special kind of data type in MATLAB that's designed to group related data together. It does this using these little named containers called fields. Just think of the whole struct as the file folder, and each field is like a labeled document inside it.
And you know what? Making one is ridiculously easy. You just create your main variable, we'll call it student, then you just use a dot and the name of the field you want to create. So student.name becomes Alex, student.id is 101, and student.grade gets 88. That's it. And boom, just like that, it's done. All the information for Alex, his name, his ID, his grade, it's all perfectly packaged inside one single logical variable named student. No more loose ends.
Now that's pretty cool for just one record, but the real magic, the real power, kicks in when we scale this up. Because, a single file folder is nice, but for a real project, you're going to need a whole filing cabinet.
See, making one struct is like making that one file folder. It's useful, for sure. But what you really want is the whole filing cabinet, right? In MATLAB, we do this by creating an array of structures. Every single element in that array is its own complete folder. And this is what it looks like. Our main variable is now students, plural. The first element, students1, holds everything for Alex. The second one, students2, has all of Maria's data, and so on. It's like having a perfectly organized spreadsheet built right into your code. It's clean, it's logical, it's beautiful.
Okay, and this is where things get really, really powerful. Let's say you need a list of all the student grades. Forget writing loops, forget all that manual work. With a struct array, you just type this one simple command. And boom, just like that, you have a vector with every single grade in it. How cool is that?
That little dot, that's the secret sauce. It's called dot notation, and it's what lets you just slice through your entire dataset with a single elegant command. Your code stops looking like a complex algorithm and starts to read like plain English. You are literally just asking for the grade of all the students.
So let's recap. We've gone from a tangled, confusing mess of variables to a clean, elegant, architectural masterpiece. Let's just quickly nail down exactly why you should be using structs in pretty much any project you work on.
First off, your code just becomes cleaner and way more readable. The data organization is totally intuitive. It just makes sense. It scales beautifully, from a tiny script to a massive project. And this is a big one. It massively reduces the chance of bugs from mismatched data. Oh, and as a bonus, if you want to pass all of the students' info to a function, you just pass one variable. It's that simple.
So really, here's the ultimate takeaway. Structs aren't just another tool or another data type. They are a fundamentally different way of thinking about your data. They let you transform all that complex data management chaos into simple, clean architectural logic.
It's really all about that shift from chaos to clarity. So the only real question left is, what tangled mess of data are you going to organize next? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.